Hello everyone and welcome to Z2R. Today we have another Zelda 2 Randomizer 2022 Max Rando Tournament. First round 4 between traiLZ and MiRai. I'm starting with me and Comms as Drossi. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm excited for this. It's a 3-0 versus 3-0 race, so should see some really good action here.
Yeah, they're fighting for a top seed in brackets. They are both guaranteed to be in brackets with 3 wins apiece, but they're looking to get themselves in a better spot.
Oh, and
Uh,
just a warning to chat, the gems count is lying at the moment. This is a 3-gem seed.
Yep, 3-gemmer, Candle, and Glove already on the trackers. We'll see what the rest is once they hit the start button, which will be coming up shortly. Uh,
Yeah, I'm interested to see what sort of a biome we get in the West today. Hopefully.
Yesterday they started off on an island biome without boots, so, B!
Yeah, spell and shield. That looks like spell in the 4th slot. And
So.
up stab and down stab. Ooh, vanilla!
Vanilla shuffled, to be correct.
Well, very shuffled, yes.
But yes, Vanilla shuffled west, beepity beep, cause, this is a one-heart seed, wahoo!
Might as well take a life level, right?
Cave to DM at Vanilla start. And I totally missed the item there from MiRai. Was that the cross? Okay. And that was a vanilla shuffled DM as well, because that was dumping us out at the exit of Vanilla Hammer Cave, I think it was. Also, that Spectral Rock is in a funky spot today.
Oh, yeah, yes, that is a vanilla shuffle Death Mountain.
Yep. So we're in for fun. Vanilla shuffled biomes, very
Ooh.
nice 1,000-point payback.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's gonna get us quite a few levels in a hurry. Hopefully traiLZ can get one of those too.
Yeah, MiRai instantly getting attack 3 and magic, and going to take life 3 here, thinking about attack 2, magic 2 for a moment there.
Yeah,
traiLZ heading east, which is getting him not much of anywhere, though the southern end of Parappa Cave is getting him Mido, which does in fact have spell we can read, and they don't need that.
Oh, and there's the raft. So, now we just need to find the raft tile as MiRai takes an intentional death to get out of that cave. I guess with 5 lives you can do that.
Yeah, so with Vanilla Shuffled West and Vanilla Shuffled Death Mountain, there will be 2 connector caves linking the two, and then the raft from the west will go to one of the east or Maze Island, depending on how this seed decided to gen, as traiLZ gets a P back.
But only 100.
Not the great one, no. Just 100. And there should be a second cave to Death Mountain around here somewhere, as MiRai finds the first one. And then the raft tile is somewhere in the west.
Yeah, MiRai deciding he does not want to deal with Death Mountain right now until he's out of other options.
Makes sense. They're both heading for the Vanilla Trophy Cave location, which has got Rando in it, and that's Reflect. Well, I guess they might not be doing P4 today for their 3 gems.
Yeah. But it really depends where everything is.
It does. If they find a trophy somewhere free, it might not be a bad idea to pick that up. And, as per the usual for a Vanilla Shuffle nap, they're getting bottlenecked pretty hard immediately, so they need to find a way out of here.
Oh, and traiLZ just got his first 1,000 P bag.
Nice.
And he just decided to take the levels as they came.
What is MiRai Sprite? I've got no idea, I'll be honest. I think this is like the cave with the P bag in it from MiRai. traiLZ just got out of that cave. Having gotten his cross, and let's see, is this cave going anywhere? I actually am having a brain fart with that. This is a pass through an item cave. And that's the main character from Crystallis, apparently. Thank you. MiRai can use P-Bag. And while I'm thinking about it, shoutouts to our runners, MiRai and traiLZ, to my co-com Drosy, and to our trackers, Patrick and Royale with Cheese, as this is an item cave for traiLZ, and there's the... Alright, that was the raft. I'm sorry.
Okay, so both of them have basically covered all the same ground at this point.
Yes, and at this point, I think their only way out of their starting area is to go take a look at the Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain.
I would agree.
I think they've seen every possible location that can have a shuffled landmark here in this segment of the Vanilla Shuffled West. MiRai agrees with me and is in North Mountain. Well, everyone, it's time for fun.
Yeah, choose your cave. Choose wisely.
Yep, it's time for a 1 heart container. Low level Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain because this is the literally only way they can go. Aaron, it's already confirmed 5 minutes in we need this Vanilla Death Mountain. They don't have a hammer. This is their only way out of here.
Yeah, makes you wonder if we're gonna get a vanilla hammer in the Vanilla Death Mountain.
I mean, they might. Because we know that the Death Mountain's second connector should only get them back. Because with both Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain and Vanilla Shuffled West, the second connector cave should just link the two. But that second connector cave will get them back to a different part of the West at least, so that would be progression. As would finding the hammer. I mean, they have to find one of those two things, because they're not going anywhere else without it.
This is a nasty Death Mountain. I mean, all these sections that you never look at in the vanilla game, because once you know the route through, why would you go there?
Yeah, but they have to go through them until they find their way out. traiLZ is taking a different route from MiRai, so we'll see which one of them has the right idea.
Is it just me, or are some of the red Octoroks giving 20 XP and some are giving 3?
I have not been paying attention. MiRai, finding a dead end, it has to backtrack.
Oh, thank you, Royale. Royale with Cheese telling us that moving red Octoroks aren't necessarily the same XP as stationary red Octoroks. Okay, MiRai taking life 4. traiLZ is already at 334, while MiRai is at 324. And then once you find the route through, you're gonna have to remember it at least until you get the hammer, because the only way we might be able to avoid Death Mountain is by eventually finding the hammer.
Yeah, but they must find either the hammer or vanilla, because that's the only place it can be, right, if that was their progression, or they have to find the other connector cave. The other connector cave should be available, as MiRai finds his way to Spectral Rock, which is good info, but he can't use it. No hammer, per previous discussion. So they need to do this. Hey Clem, welcome into Beepity Beep as they dig a vanilla DM. Because they started just south, because they started in the vanilla section of the Vanilla Shuffled West. Found 3 item caves and nothing else really, so they're here. On 1 heart.
Yeah, 5 lives, but if you take a game over, that's gonna be painful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is traiLZ's favorite kind of seed. He wants a 1 heart container seed. As one of the most seasoned runners of Z2R, he wants a seed that's an absolute catastrophe like this.
Yes, I suppose there's the always, who cares how much misery you're in as long as your opponent's in more misery, right?
Exactly.
We do have a mercy rule, though I doubt either runner's gonna exercise it in this particular case.
Yeah, these two are probably both gonna just stick it out. I know traiLZ is not gonna do so. He knows that he's got generally an advantage on these things, being the... He loves these. He's one of the ones showed up in chat in 1 heart seeds and been like, I wish I got this seed.
Well, now he does. As he picks up another
did.
1000 P bag.
traiLZ might be a little grouchy. It's 5 lives. And yeah, MiRai himself isn't an investment cast. He also is entirely fine with that. Good. Well, it's a seed.
MiRai's also on his last life and no health, and really doesn't want a game over.
So he's taking a really hard look at 3-3 pass-through caves. Which one do I feel like putting up with? Well, that's a cave.
Oh,
that is
okay, next to last life, so he did have a little bit to give there.
Okay. I would Kogo past these guys, or that works too, and gets a 1-up for his troubles.
Yeah, that...
They are getting a few 1-ups from large enemy drops, which is very nice, although, ooh, speaking of game overs, traiLZ took one instead.
That's surprising, because I saw him grab a couple of 1-ups. I didn't think he was on his last life.
Apparently he was, so that's back to start for him. Has to start over in this Death Mountain. Shield is castable, but it's expensive enough that you have to choose which cave you use it on in each life.
Or hope you get jars, because the game's been moderately generous with jars, at least.
Yeah, and there is a 1,000 point P bag in the pool. I think just one, as we see 2 jars on traiLZ's side low. But there is one 1,000 point P bag in the drop pool, so that'll rotate through once in a while. In the meantime, though, beepity beep. Let's new. MiRai is back down to his last life. And who knows where this other exit from Death Mountain is, or that hammer cave. It has to be in here somewhere, but where? Good question.
MiRai is about to be taken down by Moblins and Octoroks. I mean, at least get killed by a Daira, have some self-respect, right?
I mean, you're on 1 heart container digging a vanilla Death Mountain as traiLZ gets dead-ended again. It's kind of hard to not die, as there's a 1,000 point P bag from MiRai.
Yeah, now he has to decide whether to take the life, but no, he's taking the magic.
Hoping to cast shield. Nope, I was gonna take...
takes the attack, life. Interesting.
Okay, as traiLZ takes a death. There's Hammer Cave at least, so that's a start. So
finally. Getting back to it, though, given that he's on his last life, could be a challenge.
Yeah, but does have to fight off the first bit. These are gonna be... Yep!
Yeah.
They're gonna be the death of him.
Now he has to find his way back there.
He thankfully only was like 5 or so caves from start this his last up A, I think, or something. I think he should be able to find his way back reasonably. I could be totally wrong though. But he is gonna want to make his way back there and see if that's the hammer or a heart container or even a
yeah, I mean because
awful.
It has to be either the item in that cave or a connector. Those are the only 2 possibilities for next progression.
The next cave should be available. I don't think Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain can get you into the troll otherwise, as MiRai takes a death. But it will take them a while to find that connector cave, because they've both been exploring here for a good 8 minutes now. They've both gotten here around the 5-minute mark. I remember commenting 5 minutes in, and we're already in Death Mountain. Vanilla Shuffled with 1 heart and low level. Yippee. MiRai forgetting that those 2 caves there are linked to each other, and smartly deciding he wants to
oh boy.
Cause yeah, you spawn in the one of the vanilla hammer cave. in the Vanilla Hammer Cave exit, and the Spectacle Rock entrance and one of the other caves there just loop into each other. So you have, right, that is not the cave. You're just there. You have to take this exit from your starting area in Vanilla DM to get anywhere.
Meanwhile, I think traiLZ is getting close to where we found the Hammer Cave. Just another couple of caves here.
One up for MiRai, good.
Yeah, with one heart container, those one-up drops are gonna be pretty key, I think.
Yeah, very much so. At least they have down stab. Yeah, this would be even worse for Death Mountain without it. Nice dodging from MiRai on that Daira and its boomerangs. traiLZ is certainly somewhere. He's at this junction where MiRai had decided where he wanted to go when game overed at. And where I died but didn't game over because we forgot he had an extra life at this junction. Vanilla Death Mountain really messes with my brain. Or Vanilla Shuffled more than just straight vanilla. 21 shield at Magic 4 at least is castable 3 times on 4 jars, which ain't bad as traiLZ gets his next 1000 point P bag.
And not quite enough to get him a level, but sure gets him close, as MiRai picks up yet another one-up. Oh, and MiRai is able to cast the spell, and that seems to turn the enemies into Octoroks.
Oh, that's pretty useful, actually. Until these aches. Yeah, the 1000 point P bags and the 5 lives are the things that are keeping this seed from being 100% hot garbage. It's only 95% hot garbage so far. Well, we'll start roll next. We'll find out in about an hour and a half for Dr. J versus
Hey,
Bob.
that red Daira just dropped a key for MiRai, so that could be interesting. We haven't seen any key drops to this point.
I was gonna say, we've seen a couple 1000 point P bags, which are also in the large enemy pool, but that's the first time we've seen a key. Interesting. So, large enemies, if you can survive them and beat enough of them, do give you nice stuff. There's MiRai's next 1000 point P bag. You kind of cycle through, so, that's, life 5 for MiRai. Should have just over half his health left right now. And I think this is, nope.
No. It's somewhere near here.
It is somewhere near here. I
think this may be the final connector to it. You go out the top and that'll get you there.
Might be that, yes. Also, hey Starfall in chat. Welcome into Beepity Beep Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain.
Oh boy, did traiLZ just take a game over while we were trying to...
I think he did.
And MiRai takes a death, but he still has 4 lives. That should be plenty to get him through Hammer Cave.
Yep. And hey Tanner, and welcome into Beepity Beep Vanilla Death Mountain on 1 heart container. It's fun! At least they have down stab. And that's another death. They have down stab, they have 5 lives. There are rare 1000 point P bags in the large enemy pool, and that's about what's keeping this seed from being literal 100% hot garbage. It's like 95% hot garbage instead.
Yeah, the Mews are leaving no experience today. I noticed that earlier, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, 5 lives, 1 heart is generally better than 2 lives, 2 hearts, 2 lives. Yeah, it's still not a fun day, but these guys won't be calling for a mercy roll. They're probably not having the most fun day. They've both taken several game overs already. Even traiLZ can only hold up so long on 1 heart.
And yeah, both of them are at 455 now.
Yep.
So only having 3 gems to place isn't going to be a problem, because at a minimum we're going to be at 566 going into GP, and I'm guessing with those 1,000-point P bags we'll probably get a few more levels as well.
Yeah.
Finally in the item room in Hammer Cave.
Yeah, finally. And...
Oh no! So we need to find a connector here. That is our only way through. Find the second connector cave.
Oh, I mean, we do it. I mean, Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain doesn't block any caves off from you. You just have to find it. The problem is you have to find it. So
maybe now you ask for a mercy reroll.
Alrighty, so will we finally find a way out of here before the, I don't know, 25-minute mark? They've been in here for 15 minutes now, as traiLZ gets into Hammer Cave. Yes, Tadrin, this is one of my seeds.
I mean, this is quite something. All that effort to discover that Hammer Cave does not have progression.
No, it's not even a magic jar with a child or something. It's just a good old.
And traiLZ is about to make this discovery too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're not gonna get anything useful, not even a child or some such thing which might be useful. You're getting the definitely not needed 1-up. Ooh, MiRai getting hard dead-ended there.
Let's see how traiLZ reacts.
We do have his face cam on the commentary page.
Rather stoic, honestly. Takes the 1-up and starts to leave.
Yeah, traiLZ is usually fairly stoic as far as things go. I'm not sure how many lives he has left, but he apparently has enough he doesn't feel like up-Aing.
I mean, MiRai had plenty and he up-A'd anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how many MiRai had when he up-A'd.
Like 3 or 4.
Okay, yeah, that... Yeah. Anyhow, back to the hunt. Yeah, we get that 1-up. MiRai. So, where even is this connector cave anyhow? Next question.
I don't know. I mean, the problem is you have all these 4-way connector caves that to get through Death Mountain, and we definitely haven't explored all of those.
Yeah. Also, I completely forgot to start a prediction earlier, but we've still got a decent amount of time here to watch them run through this Death Mountain, so
and neither is particularly in the lead.
No, it's the other thing.
They've explored about as much as each other, and yeah, I guess traiLZ got 1 extra life level out of it, though he just picked up another 1,000-point P bag, so he could develop a lead if he keeps grabbing those.
Yeah, but he just, I think he just went backwards here, because this is an area we've seen before, and that was near the start of the chain of caves that gets you into Death Mountain.
Okay, I'm not... MiRai's taking a think. I think we've been down here.
Yeah, traiLZ has been back to this bit here on the northwest part of the map where there's 2 caves. That's back to Spectacle Rock, MiRai. They're both a little bit turnaround, which I don't blame them. Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain is fun. I'm surprised MiRai didn't die to that bird hitting him there. Huh.
And we're in the same room. High five.
High five indeed. Going in opposite directions as traiLZ finds Spectacle Rock again. Hey, Fantown, not much! They've spent the last 18 minutes thinking of Vanilla Death Mountain. It's a vanilla shuffled Death Mountain, it's a vanilla shuffled West. They are hard locked out of the rest of the West because of it
Ooh,
being
we haven't
with the hammer.
seen this cave that MiRai's in yet.
I think this is new, yeah. It is also a 1-heart container seed, per the beepity beep on MiRai's side. And, well... there we are, finally! Jeez. Rauru in the King's Tomb location has Life Spell in it, well, they would like that. $24 and 11 and just over 24 minutes. MiRai spent 19 minutes in this Death Mountain. traiLZ is looking to spend around 20. Good fun. Oh, Aaron, you know, of course, the hammer's gonna be the last thing they find in this seed because Spectral Rock has got the glove under it or something stupid. In the meantime, though, the King's Tomb area a little bit more helpful. It does have the raft tile on it, or a vanilla raft tile location. It doesn't actually have to have raft tile there. Whip Spring. No hint there. JD Silvergun, you can't remove the beep. MiRai just chooses not to. Don't ask us why. It's his choice. It is a choice. I think that might be the raft tile. Yes, it is! Wahoo! Raft to Maze Island with a bridge on it. Alrighty. Raft tile at the Vanilla Secret 9 spot. And I totally missed which palace that was as we find the back end of Saria. Fire is in that. Back into Saria in the Western Death Mountain exit. And 2 or 5. 5 in, okay, thank you, Clem. 5 in the Trap 9-8 location. No, alright. Here is Fairy Cave, but can't really get anywhere without Fairy naturally. This is looking like a mess. Where's the way out of this map? It might be Maze Island, yeah, Clem. Cause this is looking just as bottlenecked as the rest of this map. Have we seen the, there think is one secret location left south of this. Oh, okay, that last secret is a swamp palette. Yeah! Time for Maze Island! Wahoo! This is an incredibly bottlenecked scene. Yippee! Their most favorite thing in the world! At least the bridge is also accessible. traiLZ has finally found his connector cave. He's probably not happy. And time for the maze, or the east. That does not look like fun. At a quick glance, I think that might be a caldera. Which is really not what they want to see. As you see, I think it was P2 in Maze Island. Yippee.
Looked pretty P2-ish.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back, Jesse. You had AFK for a moment. As it turns out, the next section of the west was just as bottlenecked as the first. Time for the east. What looks like a really ugly east at that. Their boots locked out of here, or locked out of this behind this cave. Even better. You'll see traiLZ here fumbling around this minute bit of the west for a little bit. This is our
and even with the cross, we're not doing too well against the blue moas.
Nope. Okay, so there's 2 caves to choose from, and I can't count. But yeah, there's 2 caves here in this teeny section of the east, which I think is actually vanilla-like at a glance.
What makes it vanilla-like?
It's not a caldera. It's not a volcano. It's clearly not a canyon or islands biome. It's a little too open to be mountainous, and it's definitely not vanilla or vanilla shuffled. So,
well,
at least let's with this.
And there's old Kasuto, which does nothing for us because we already have its shield spell.
Let's play. Yeah, this is. Yeah, Lucas are just kind of sitting out in the middle of nowhere. We've got a water tile down here on the southern edge of the map for MiRai. traiLZ is left behind the rest of that teeny segment of the east where they got to, the west where they got to second. And he's off to there.
Oh, right, we can't check the water tile. We don't have boots. There's the child, though.
That's useful.
If we find Darunia someday.
Eventually, maybe, as we find sunken P-Bag Cave and a death for MiRai. So yeah, traiLZ is going to find P5 at the other end of this bridge, Drosy, as well as the back end of Saria.
Yeah, and I noticed Saria had fire, but, you know, without going to the front end, we don't know what fire's linked to, if anything.
Yep, and they can't get to the front end of Saria because that's in a bit of the west they can't get to without a hammer, because it looks like that hammer is locking off the rest of the west.
And that P-Bag Cave that MiRai was in is just another one-up. At least the seed's being very generous with one-ups.
There is that, yes. Not what they wanted, though. But yeah, they're hammer locked out the rest of this. Either hammer or fairy, because this fairy cave that traiLZ is in here right now might be the other way out, but they can't get through there either. So, MiRai is exploring the southernmost bit of the east now. Hammer Cave is not progression, Zero Wing. We found that one up in there. They both found that before they found the cave to maze back to the west. The southern shore
there's a cave at least that we have access to here in the southern part of the east.
Yeah, there's also a narrow path leading back north that I saw earlier, and there's a cave. There's a palace over here as well. Hey, Risen P-Bag Cave. What do you know? All 4 of the Eastern Continent overworld item locations, all in the southernmost third or so of the map. The vanilla-like biomes tend to be split into halves or thirds vertically. This one looks to be split into thirds. They started in the middle third. This took a passive cave to the southern third, and then the northern third exists and it has to be accessed somehow. There's the hammer.
Yay! Now we can go back and get whatever it is out of Spec Rock, and we can get through the east as well. We don't need to retraverse Death Mountain.
Nope. Now that's fantastic news. traiLZ finding a flute in Maze Island, which might be useful, especially on a vanilla shuffled east. The River Double is more likely that River Double is not useless in vanilla shuffled. Alright, let's see what palace is here in the southwest bit of the east for MiRai. That is GP, okay.
And unfortunately, we have a very large swamp blocking further progression.
Yeah, sorry, Clem. The east is vanilla-like, not vanilla shuffled, if I've managed to mix the two up, because the other two were both vanilla shuffled. This is vanilla-like. Got a mix of all types of biomes, it's tri-segmented, as is typical for the east. Basically, the map randomizer that you're used to from 3.0 and older. Is more or less what this is.
And we basically have the passage to Darunia here to advance further.
Yeah, traiLZ finally finding the other item in Maze Island. In the northwest corner is a magic jar. Okay, I'll take that. MiRai heading further north again, but this is looking like another dead end. To just west of where he first entered. Yet, this is just west of where he first came here.
Hey, new Kasuto has thunder, and we have the spell. Need 6 magic containers for that item.
Yep. This is a 6 jars, so not going to be getting that for the moment. And this is a 3 gem seed. Heard a question in chat. We're It's a 3-gem seed. The problem is the overworld has been miserable to these guys.
And logic doesn't expect us to start dipping dungeons until we get either Fairy or the magic key.
And Fairy has a 50% chance of being child-locked today, but we can't find either Daburu or Darunia is the bigger problem.
Well, we're running out of space for Naburu and Darunia to be.
They might be in the northern third of the map at this point, Trossi.
That's true, but we might be able to get through to the northern end of the map, who knows? Hey.
But they would need a pass-through cave at this point to get to the northern end of the map. Because I believe that... So I think that where traiLZ is, which is where they first got to the east, is the middle third of the map on the eastern end, and sorry, is further west on the middle third. Okay, this is their way north. traiLZ took the other pass-through cave from the vanilla starting location and found his way to the northern third. Figures.
Oh, and we get a lava encounter here in the desert. Lovely.
Thanks, game. And here is Daburu, which has Fairy in it. Alright, finally. And MiRai decides he is gonna up out of here.
Now that he has the hammer, that makes sense.
Hammer's gonna make the west a fair bit less sucky. You can actually navigate it without doing Death Mountain or any other shenanigans. Okay, that is a dead end. Hoping for a fairy maybe there. Teabag, it's only 100 points. Or looking for Bagu, right, that would be the other thing. Bagu might be their way to the Parappa Cave area. Bridge in the middle of nowhere, thanks game. Because we haven't seen Parappa yet, and there might be something over there as we find our second palace in the west here.
More or less vanilla located, only slightly off.
Yep. And that's
3 or 6. That's 1, yes?
No, 3 or 6
Oh.
pillars. River Devil is locking the northwest corner of the map, it looks like, or not, because they have the other bridge, never mind. River Devil trying to be useful, but there is another bridge here, so they're fine.
Well, and Darunia only has the jump spell, right? Though we haven't seen Valley of Death yet.
No, we've not. It might be in the western and the middle third at this point. It's that or the northwest corner here, I think, as we find the other of 3 or 6. In the northwest bit of the, in the north middle bit of the west, north middle part of the east. There we go. Right. traiLZ does have at least 1 key drop as we find the final palace in the west to be P1. No, what is that called? Secrets. Map. traiLZ does have Fairy. This is P3. Saw the windows and...
that is a really quick route to Rebo.
That is a really fast route to Rebo. I totally missed what MiRai just got.
A magic jar. He now has 6, so he could go back to New Kasuto.
That's good.
Ooh, and the bosses are leaving 1,000-point P-bags, which will get traiLZ an extra level.
Mm-hmm. Any key for MiRai.
Okay, so that's actually pretty big since he doesn't have Fairy yet. He can now start diving dungeons.
Yes, he can. Okay, that bit is useless. The southern exit of the, what my map calls the northwestern cave. And that bit there, south of Bagu's Woods, is also Vanilla Bagu's Woods is also pretty much useless. So, time for P1. traiLZ finding the boots in 3. That's actually
nice
good
find.
Vanilla like East does like boots. There's Maze. There's the Valley of Death. That's a spot to get there. So it was in the northwest corner. And that would be P4 in the Valley of Death, also by process of elimination, per my notes.
Nothing like a blue iron knuckle in P1.
Alright, so traiLZ is gonna take the boots down, and that's dead end. Nice. Yeah, we're probably not seeing 4. I highly doubt these guys want to find the entrance to the Valley of Death, which is going to be west of New Kasuto at this point. Yeah, it's going to be west of New Kasuto and someplace just ugly. As traiLZ is going to take his boots south and save some time. I'm also wondering where Earth the Runia is as we find a magic jar. Very nice.
Yeah, we're sure magicking it up now. Or at least MiRai is. traiLZ not so much.
traiLZ is going to find all 4 overworld item locations here.
Oh yeah, was this another magic jar?
I don't remember what this was specifically. My notes have the child being the first item.
Oh, yeah, this could have been the child. No, just a 1-up.
Okay. Okay, Shadow's Desert Tile, thank you. Yeah, I just know that I wrote the items down in a certain order, but I don't know what order I check things in. I just remember that all 4 items, overworld items, were here in the southern bit of the map. Then MiRai also got here a different way. There's the child. Yeah, because MiRai got here on foot by land. traiLZ got here by water. Yeah, no, they have the glove now. That was... No, they started with the glove. That's pretty important.
That is a lot of iron knuckles in one room.
That is.
Oh, and we have a glove block there, so let's hope Horsehead isn't behind it.
MiRai has the glove, they started with it.
Oh, right. Then why did he turn around? Is it a dead end, too?
I have no idea, to be honest. I've lost my sense of direction more than just a little bit.
Well, MiRai didn't want to go past the glove block. That's all we know for sure.
Yeah. It was a drop room, thank you, chat.
Okay, thanks.
It is, in fact, actually called Canadian Hole, Irene. I don't know why offhand. But
the bot. Okay, right, because this is Max Rando. Stuff gets shuffled between dungeons, so sure, let's have the P6 Canadian Hole show up in P1.
To be fair, we usually have the rooms of the ones in house even in standard boss. And Horsehead's down pretty quick. Attack 4 making quick work of him, and MiRai is going to be just a little short of a level here. Yeah,
but decides he's gonna burn the gem rather than try to drum up 57 XP.
I mean, he knows he's gonna place 2 more gems. This, I think, is attack 5 for him. It's not the worst. Yeah, attack 5. I mean, he's gonna get another 2 more 1,000-point P-backs from the other bosses. I think he might just want to get on with the seat at this point. He's 42 minutes in. He spent forever in Death Mountain. He spent 19 minutes in Eric Trails. He's probably like 22 or something. I wasn't like counting by that point. And Trails is finding, this is 2.
So what did we decide? The one in the swamp is P6?
Yeah, the one in the swamp is 6. Because Trails just got out of 3 a minute ago and that was not here.
Right.
So yeah, 6 an interesting play from MiRai. This could be really quick, or this could be a long one, and this could be really quick because Barba.
That is decidedly quick.
I think MiRai tries to go for GP after P2, I would assume, yeah, because P2 is the most successful final palace for him, and then, let's go see if GP is doable. We have seen several junk items this seed. There's a very good chance at this point, so we don't know for sure, that there are not a lot of heart containers in this seed.
Yeah, there can't be very many. Maybe it's another one where there are none. Who knows?
It might be 0.
And Barbara being really lame with only 300 XP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, MiRai's gonna just eat the one up here, eat the gem and get, I think this is life 7. Well, not magic 6, I can't count. So he'll probably be at,
He should be at 666 entering GP unless he manages to squeeze out another level.
Yeah, dropping 2 for traiLZ. Yeah, as chat noted, I would expect going to do P2 on the way to GP in the east. He's heading for that Maze Island now.
Always nice when the game gives you reasonable choices in the end. Didn't have reasonable choices in the beginning, but at least the runners have reasonable choices what palaces to do, as traiLZ finds Guma. No, Helmet Head.
Yeah.
I confused 2 and 5.
You're fine. It's easy to do. That's actually an encounter-less route to the palace here in Maze Island. Sadly, the items are not exceptionally close to the palace. One is in the northwestern corner. I think the other is in the southeastern corner. Northeastern and southwestern corners, I think, were the 2 items.
MiRai also doesn't have the boots, so he's gonna have trouble getting the items.
Yeah, I think he was just hoping it was gonna be quick and accessible, but they're not, so he's gonna leave it behind. Makes sense. Joseph plays 2 gems as well, 6/7/7s for him, and that's enough day back to start. You know that Helmet Head wasn't super fast, but Shells also didn't spend 10 minutes in here, so it wasn't the worst.
Yeah, and as far as MiRai is concerned, it's his last gem, and then he can focus on GP. Whereas looks like traiLZ is going to be doing P6 here.
Mm-hmm. P6 is very fast. traiLZ might be the first at least to place his 3rd gem, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Barba was, what, 2 rooms in?
Something like that, yeah. So unless traiLZ just doesn't take the elevator, he should be out of here really fast. If he's got Fairy, and that's a point. traiLZ did not find Thunder, because that was in the middle of... Because that was in a particularly obscure spot that traiLZ did not get to on foot, by land or by sea.
Right, he never did do New Kasuto, did he?
No, he never got there. It's in the middle. It's west of the raft tile in the east, and no, it's west of the bridge tile. Sorry, in the east. He didn't quite get there. And traiLZ took a 1 look at 6 and bailed. I don't blame him, knowing it was 6, because the 6 can be long.
So both of these runners could have a problem in GP. MiRai could hit a Fairy Lock, traiLZ could hit Thunderbird.
Yep. I'm taking this right at the drops. I don't think this was it. I think you need to fall all the way down the drop shaft to get to Helmet Head. And this is a very nice shade of blue for traiLZ, yes. Okay, this, I think, the bottommost shaft of our drop here is the right way, I'm pretty sure, for MiRai. Yeah, it feels a little bad for traiLZ bailing out of P6 so he knows like 3 rooms long, but I don't blame him knowing it's 6. Because 6 can be one of the worst palaces to dig. Yeah, GP is gonna be a bit rough on these guys, even though they're two of the best guys in the business. GP on one heart container is never a fun time.
And down goes Helmet Head from MiRai. Trail shouldn't have too much trouble getting to Horsehead here, and he finds his magic jar on the way in any case. Oh, MiRai turns down magic attack 6.
Interesting. Because is Thunder castable right now?
Yeah, Thunder's castable. Really trying to harvest that life 7.
Yeah, he is.
And traiLZ
Which
realizes that's not how he should be going. Flute isn't really going to do us much good here at this point.
No, we did see from traiLZ's side that the flute is A, bypass with boots, and B, the River Devil was the dead end anyhow.
Oh, but traiLZ is now just going to what we know is going to just be the end of Canadian Drop.
Yeah. Right, taking a death. No. 100% sure he's going this way. I think this is. I think he can just go the other way to avoid the loot, but anyhow. Getting life 7 might have just won the experience. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, he got his life 7.
Now is to walk back out of here and then go elsewhere. Because the up A is pretty slow to get back. This is also not fast, to be fair, but
yeah. He's definitely going to want to find Nabooru, though, and get that fairy spell.
Yeah, he's going to have to go for a hike to get to Nabooru, though. That one's in the northeastern corner of the west, and he hasn't taken that pass-through cave up there.
Yeah, I don't even remember which pass-through cave it was.
It was the one right next to the bridge tile.
Oh, okay. So that's easy, at least.
There's Horsehead.
And this is going to be traiLZ's
third and final
gem, but again, he doesn't have Thunder. He hasn't found New Kasuto. If Thunderbird's blocking Dark Link, that could be a problem.
Yep. And MiRai is going for the south from the raft tile, from the bridge tile, sorry, which makes sense. He doesn't know Fairy's recording. He's not going to go searching for it right now.
Well, he can get the item in New Kasuto.
Yeah, he's going to do that, which it might be a heart container. Last magic dart wouldn't be bad either. Well, the thing is, New Kasuto's kind of annoying to get to. He has to take a couple encounters to get there. It's a little annoying. I think he's heading straight for GP here at this angle. Yep. He's heading south and straight west.
Oh, he's just doing GP and gonna risk a fairy block.
Mm-hmm. I am confused where traiLZ is going. Hoping that Saria might be useful, which it's fire. So it might be helpful. MiRai going right and then turning right back around. Fire might be Thunder, which would be good for traiLZ. Don't think. That's a glove block, so it's a good thing they picked that up. They have started that. And a key block, so that's a good thing that MiRai has any key. I think traiLZ has picked up a few keys just from drops anyhow. Yeah, traiLZ's favorite room there. Glove and that is an any key block because you cannot fare through that room due to there being two glove blocks on either side and a key door in the middle. He does have one key. Thank you, Clemps. That's good. He does not need to worry about that. And this waffles and syrup room is fun. Also not too bad once you get past.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that room before.
It's a variant of the traditional waffle room, Drosy, as you can tell.
Just with some syrup at the bottom, yes.
Yep. The nickname being, of course, a variant on the usual chicken waffles, the original waffle room. Of which this is a variant. Emoji rooms being another variant. Spicy chicken. Turns right around, thinks about it, and heads right back up. And fire is thunder. Good to know, Aaron. Thank you for catching that in chat.
Okay, so traiLZ is actually safe there. Well, no, wait. Fire is thunder. When did we get to Saria to get fire?
traiLZ is ferry to go through Saria from the back end.
Oh, ferry, right.
I think the front end of Saria has to be in Parappa Desert at this point. I think we've seen the rest of the West. They don't need that to go to the Parappa Desert at this point, but that's where the front end of Saria leads. Yeah, that's go mode for that's traiLZ confirmed go mode. Whether or not he needs it, we don't know.
Whereas MiRai is more in a Schrodinger mode.
He might be in Go, he might not. It's gonna take us a bit to find out. Very nice kill of the
I love those orange chicken knights because as long as you can get under them, it just takes a single up stab.
Yeah. Alright. MiRai heading left here at this elevator. Going right from start was the top of the L7. That's where that was. So they'll need to watch out for any drops they see, because that might just loop them right back to start. Yeah, MiRai could have gone up in an elevator in this room or go left, and he's chosen to go left. And up. And right. Nice magic jar. I mean, this GP is starting to look like it's gonna go long. About a 2-minute difference in entering GP for chat. Oh, and we're back to this room, so I think this might have been a loop, because hi again to this spicy chicken and this lovely locked off elevator. Pretty distinctive community room, so back down and left MiRai goes, because I think that was a loop. Pair of identical elevator rooms back to back. Yeah, alright. Heck, here we go. Let's go this way, because I think this might be the only way around. Don't take my word for it, but that's fun. Now, left is something that MiRai cannot do right now without jump or ferry, so he's going to go left here. traiLZ seeing the spicy chicken, and here's an emoji room for MiRai. Seeing all 3 variants of waffles today. Not so many chickens in the waffles, though. Yeah, traiLZ did skip the loop for now, and hey, here it is! You did not need the loop, you did not need T-Bird, you definitely didn't need Fairy. GG's to MiRai, because he's just found Dark Link.
Well, that was nice and fast.
That was really fast.
Yeah.
Very nice GP too. I don't think MiRai took a single death in it, or maybe one.
I think he took one. Yeah, he definitely died to an orange chicken knight at one point.
So yeah, 1 death GP on 1 heart container. Very nice, and GG's 57-53.
So for all that, still under the hour mark. And MiRai goes to 4-0. Very well positioned for seeding.
Yeah, and traiLZ isn't far behind. He's on the right route. He skipped the loop. No, he is not on the right route, because this is the loop, so he doesn't know this yet. because he didn't go up and right earlier, and finds a dead end. So I think that's him knowing that this is a loop now. Should take the elevator. Take the elevator down and go a different route. Yeah, this is a pretty nice GP. The only worry now I have for traiLZ is he's going to take that fairy lock instead of the other path and go down that rabbit hole, because he might. He's got a couple options here. MiRai will be joining us shortly. And we could check with him about this interesting seed. Okay, here's a fairy lock for traiLZ. He sees this left and he's going to take it. Doesn't have enough magic for fairy, I think, which is saving him here. Very nice.
Lovely emoji room with no enemies in it, conveniently.
Nope, just these fireball things, which aren't too bad.
Yeah, the kind you can actually block with your shield.
Yep. And and kills will be done too.
Yep, so only a little over 2 minutes separating them, which is about the time separation entering GP, so go figure.
She was also having a largely deathless GP. I don't remember if she took one. But very nice and close race. traiLZ will be just over the hour mark here. And there we are, GG's traiLZ, 1 hour and 18 seconds. Going to 3-1 here in Swiss as MiRai goes 4-1. And we'll have both these guys in for interviews shortly, waiting on traiLZ before I tow them both in.
Chad has it. The real boss was Death Mountain.
Agreed.
We did. This was an hour seed. What did we spend in Death Mountain? 20 minutes more?
Yes. Hey guys, GG.
Hey, what's going on? So was Death Mountain the contributing factor?
Slightly.
You did spend about 2 or 3 more minutes in it, and you were 2 or 3 minutes behind finishing. So maybe.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I guess that makes sense. I didn't get off the west until like the 30-minute mark.
Something like that. You guys both got into Death Mountain at about 5 minutes. MiRai got out of there at the 24-minute mark.
Yeah. I felt that was horrible because it was just, I mean, you never know with Vanilla Shuffled. And I was just, Jesus Christ. I was like, he could be out of here in 8 minutes. And here I am 25 minutes later. I'm just shaking my head the whole time thinking this sucks.
Yeah, it's all luck at that point, really. Yeah. It takes the right path.
You guys both dipped in there earlier, but you committed both at the same time, 5 minutes.
Did you get Thunder?
Nope.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah. What MiRai didn't get is Fairy.
Yep.
Oh, you didn't get Fairy?
No, I found the magic key and I felt so far behind I gambled on Fairy. And then we saw that the fairy block room in GP just a few rooms before Darklink. I was like, that's going to be it. That is going to be the freaking thing I don't have.
How long was your GP? Because mine was probably like less than 5 minutes.
I think it was about 5. I think I walked in at 52 something. And then 57, 53 is the total time for me here. So
you guys, Chad was saying you guys were about 2 minutes apart getting in there, so about 2 minutes getting out of there. So
yeah, I just held left, hit the loop, and then went the right way, and didn't have magic for Fairy, so I went down and there was Darklink.
Yeah, I was worried that you would use Fairy and get stuck going down what apparently was the rest of GP, because that route to Darklink wasn't that horrendously long.
Yeah, I would have probably went down just because that's quite a commitment, and if you hit a loop and come down and have to make a different turn at a fork or something, you'll get a free red jar and you won't have to cast Fairy, so it's not really... Fairy was really expensive. Yeah. Man, what palaces did you do, MiRai?
I did one down there in the Saria area, and then 30... I did 6 up in the swamp by P2, but it was a very fast Barba, luckily. And then I went over and did 2 on Maze Island.
Damn, I was
like one look in 6 and bailed, which was sad because Hit Barba was literally like 2 rooms in.
Yeah.
Damn, I almost did that one too.
I
did 3.
Instead.
I did
3 was pretty fast for you.
I didn't have the any key, but I had a spare key when I went in there, and I was like, man, if MiRai didn't come in here with a key, where was the any key? What was that, in level 6 or something?
Any key was on the east.
Yeah, it was just...
That must have been the only location I didn't find.
I think it was pretty close to GP. All 4 overworld items in the east were in that southern bit of the map.
Oh yeah, I mean I got those, but did you get what was it in New Kasuto? I might have been missing. It must have been a Risen P-bag key.
Yeah, that's what it was.
P-bag,
Yeah.
Man.
And meanwhile, MiRai never got the boots. Not that the boots really did much this seed.
Yeah, the boots helped me go from P3 and walk back over to Maze Island. I mean, it helped you with exploration. Yeah, imagine you found the hammer. When I found the hammer, I was completely relieved because I could up an A and just skip that whole Death Mountain thing.
Yeah, I was so fearful of game overing in the east and having to redo the vanilla shuffle Death Mountain that I really didn't know the way back through. I kind of had an idea, but I was just like, man, it was several caves, you know, and I think we had to take an elevator branch at one point that led in a different direction.
Oh, I knew that. I figured out the way. I went in every single dead end. I took every single dead end. I found Spectacle Rock. I did Hammer Cave.
So did I.
You guys had like
that was another
5 like 3 times each.
That was another interesting thing. MiRai game overed in Hammer Cave and then had to find his way back there, and then found it was only the one up.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I never game overed in or did I? I might have game overed. I don't know.
You game overed at some point in Death Mountain, but I think it was earlier.
Yeah, I remember upping and A-ing a bunch of times because there was a few branches that were like several caves long that were just dead ends, and I was like, man, I'm not walking that back.
Yeah. Well, I think it was my first attempt into the Vanilla Shuffle DM, and I was on my last life, and that's when I walked into Hammer Cave. I was like, I don't think I'm going to make it through here, but let's try. And I died in the first room right there because all the gorillas and the bats and stuff. And I was just like, all right, well, let's hope we can make it back here because that might be the hammer.
Yeah, and what was I gonna say? Oh, I had been through every single cave twice, I think, to the point to where when I found the fork in the road that had the direction to go to the east, I knew exactly where it was. I just didn't have to do it again.
You know that there was that path that we ran into eventually that had a red Dyra. We were heading left. There was an elevator network room, and there was a red Dyra, and I purposely leveled magic up so I could get the spell to cast so I can get through that Dyra, and ultimately didn't. I don't think it really saved much. I don't think that was the right path in the end of it all.
Yeah, I think I know what you want. I think I might have actually did the exact same thing. At the top of the elevator where there was a red Dyra on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing.
I mean, that was pretty cool with red Octoroks and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it was colorful.
Yeah, it was alright, I guess. It would have been cool if it was 1,000 point one shot red Dyra or something. Just get them out of the way really fast. Man, what a rough one way.
Yeah, dude, I saw the Vanilla Shuffled West, and I'm like, oh no. And then it was right into that Vanilla Shuffle DM. I'm like, this can't be the way. And it was. And I'm just like, dude, unbelievable. I'm like, I'm already in a bad mood because we started this race late. I was like, is this going to happen? Is this not going to happen? And I was like, already kind of, I mean, I'll be honest, I was already a little tilted starting in on this. And I was just like, man, this sucks. This just plain sucks.
Well, I just woke up and like, that's why I wasn't in the race room. Because
I figured.
Yeah. I was wondering, I literally pinged you saying, hey, wakey, wakey.
Yeah, I was totally out, but yeah, man, that DM is crazy. I don't know.
Vanilla Shuffle is rough.
Yeah, it's definitely a big luck fest, you know.
Well,
if I would have found the right way first, I would have gotten lucky, you know.
Yeah. For sure. And it took you 25 minutes, 25 minutes before I was out of there. And I obviously walked out and I thought that was horrible. I was just like, well, the path was right there. And anyone could have found that 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's vanilla DM for you. I've seen people spend 40 minutes in Death Mountains before, not on 4.0, at least not recently, but I remember distinctly a 3.0 seed where one runner spent like half an hour, the other 40 minutes in there, and it's just, you're just wandering until you find that one cave, and it's good luck.
Yeah, basically.
Well, here's one thing I will say is that I'm really glad that traiLZ and I got to run this type of seed in the tournament here, because this is like, this would have been a horrendous seed for someone who's a less experienced runner to run. And I think, based on the finish time of this race, I think we both showed, how crazy this can be, but how you can execute and, perform well in these really low resource seeds. Although the 1,000-point PBX did actually help offset that a little bit. But the one heart container was, that was, I'm sure we both gave a great showing here.
Yeah, I wonder if there was any more heart containers at all in the whole seed. I don't know, maybe someone can crack it open with the Z helper. With the editor.
I'm going to do that between this race and the next offline. I'll go dig through these.
And see if there was anything. I know in P3 there wasn't. P3 had the boots, I think.
P3 was boots. P1 was a magic jar. We never saw the other palace items. We are also missing Spectacle Rock.
I thought about that.
Item in New Kasudo. And we are also missing Spectacle Rock and the other item in New Kasudo. So I'll go dig through Z2R after we wrap here and go see where on earth all that ended up.
traiLZ, did you check both the items in Maze Island? I only found the flute.
I did.
The other item was magic.
It was a 1-up, wasn't it?
Okay.
Oh, it was a magic container?
Yeah, magic container. I wrote it down.
Yeah. Let's see.
Jars, just not hearts.
What's that?
The seed was generous with the magic jars, just not hearts. At least you guys had 5 lives for this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying in the Discord the other day, I'd much rather have a seed with 1 heart and 5 lives than a seed with all 8 hearts and only 2 lives.
Yeah. Same. 2 lives is terrible.
Yeah. So I have a feeling we'd probably still be playing if it was 2 lives.
Probably. We were discussing actually how we've seen a few 1 heart seeds this tournament, and you've shown up saying how much you like the things, traiLZ and Chan. It's like, oh hey, you got your wish. You got your 1 heart seed.
Hell yeah. I enjoyed myself. Just I wish I would have been able to figure out the path through Death Mountain quicker, but oh well, that's how it goes sometimes, MiRai and I are already both in the bracket, so it's not like, this race really meant anything except for seeding. Other than that.
Yeah, it was just for funsies, but it was good. It's good. At the beginning, again, I just thought this was going to be absolutely horrendous, and it turned out not to be as bad as it probably could have been.
Did you find Thunder or did you find Fire Thunder?
No, I found Thunder in, I don't even,
New Kasudo.
Was it? Okay, yeah.
Then
I checked the Skull Tower.
Fire was linked to Thunder in Saria.
But you needed Fairy to get it.
Yeah, you needed Fairy to get it, or Bagu.
Your only way to the front end of Saria was to ferry through. We never saw Bagu's Woods, and the front end of Fairy, I'm pretty sure, isn't throughout the desert, which was your only way there, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well,
process of elimination from MiRai's side, exploring the last throughout the desert was inaccessible other than Saria, which had the front over there. And I didn't see Bagu's Woods that I could tell.
Yeah, I tried to do a quick check in a few woods tiles to see if they were Bagu, but that came up empty, and I was just like, well, if I exhaust everything else, I'll go back and search these woods, but I'm not going to keep checking all these woods tiles because there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Just a lot of wondering from you, but that vanilla shuffle, that vanilla East was nicer than it could have been. Some of those can get kind of brutal, but that one was pretty open-ended by and large. Once you got through that initial pass-through from the starting area.
Just to think though, if I would have gambled on Palace 6, saw Barbara in the first room, didn't go into Saria, this race would be completely different.
Oh, yeah,
I'd have been probably finishing 1 minute before MiRai, likely. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were discussing trails. It's like, ooh, actually, trails is heading for 6. He might place a gem first, and then, oh, never mind. I don't blame him, but never mind that.
I didn't want to go into GP without Thunder, and when I saw Fire, I was kind of like, well, if it's Fairy spell, because Fairy was really expensive. You know what I mean? I went to go check it out, and I didn't know what it was at first, but when I went on Maze Island, I tested it. But yeah, tight race, man. It must have been a good showing. It must have been pretty exciting, but like, yeah, just something as simple as not gambling or gambling on Thunder not being required, and man, having that extra key too, man, because I didn't have the magic key also. So there's a lot of different factors that could have gone into play.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things I talk about when I'm doing commentary, is that you always kind of hope that the racers, they go in kind of different directions and then reconvene in GP. And that's exactly what happened here. I mean, you got Fairy, I got the magic key. Those were our entrances into the palaces. And then we did what we did, and we met back up at GP. And it was just, at the end of the day, it seemed like that Death Mountain was the Death Mountain difference. Getting out of there was ultimately what was the deciding factor here.
Yeah, it sounds like it was about 2 minutes. 2 minutes in Death Mountain, 2 minutes you were in GP before me.
Yep, that was it. And that's how that goes sometimes. Just choices that do or don't pan out.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I'm sure I'll see him in the bracket.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I'm sure we'll see each other again in the brackets, and in the brackets, it's going to mean a lot more, right? I mean, again, this is just kind of a funsies race, but regardless, it's fun anyway. And yeah, the brackets are what it's ultimately going to come down to.
Yeah, basically. Well, all right, guys. Thank you for everything. I think I'm gonna cut out here.
Yeah, GG's, guys.
Hey, GG's, man.
Yeah, GG's to both of you.
You as well, man. Jeez.
Yep.
All right. Later.
See you guys.
Adios.
Alright, so that will be about it for this race then. I will be posting in the Discord with the end result of my Z2 edit dig later in a bit between races. In the meantime, though, give our runners a follow. Thank you to MiRai and traiLZ for putting on a fantastic show, to my co-Condrasi, to our checkers, BKPKT, Patrick, and Rail with Cheese, for tracking, and to everyone in chat for watching. Let's see, coming up ahead on the ZSR schedule, we're going to, between races, we're going to go hop over and say hi to our sister channel ZSR2. They are restreaming an LTDPR AD Keys Tournament 2022, round 1, game 2 between Radical Sniper and Flipwheel. Then here on this channel, in about half an hour, we'll have the others. Z2R race, Dr. J versus Bob the Elder, and then at 11 Eastern, over on either ZSR or Z2 or ZSR3, pending the other AD Keys match, we'll have another AD Keys race. It's round 1, game 2 between Allison and Vextifer. There will also be later tonight, though that will not be restreamed, this round 4 match between Slamu and Victor. We'll probably raid Victor. I'll raid one of them once the other Z2R race, once Dr. J and Bob perhaps. So plenty going on. More races throughout the week as well. We'll see everyone in half an hour. Enjoy your break.